How's it going, folks? This is Mike Murtis from GamerLogic.net, and today we are going to be looking at a game that I've been looking forward to for quite some time. This is a remake of the original Gabriel Knight, Sins of the Fathers. This is a point-and-click graphic adventure game that I played way back in the 90s, and thanks to the joys of Kickstarter and successful funding, we are now able to play the 20th anniversary edition of Gabriel Knight, Sins of the Fathers, with brand new graphics, new voice actors, and everything else. And it's been years since I've actually gone through all of the original Gabriel Knight, Sins of the Fathers, and played it. I actually tried to revisit the original game probably a year or two ago, and I could not get over just how pixelated the graphics were. And you know, I don't mind pixel art at all, obviously. I play tons of retro games, but the original Gabriel Knight has not aged well. So now with this re-release, I'm hoping to play through it again, and I'm hoping that the majority of the original game is intact and they didn't take too many liberties with this remade edition. So we're gonna jump right into this game. So let's fire up. New game. Yes. I literally just got goosebumps there. It's really cool seeing that opening cutscene of Gabriel Knight redone. So really quick, while the opening credits are playing here, my first experience with Gabriel Knight was in grade school. A buddy of mine who was homeschooled actually picked it up and let me borrow it after a certain amount of time because we were really into PC point-and-click games, and I just loved New Orleans as the setting, voodoo, the voodoo murder mysteries, just all of it. The whole premise was really cool. I definitely have a very fond place in my heart for this game. And it'll be cool to see what lines I remember, or at least what they should be. And this is actually one of my favorite tracks off this entire soundtrack. The soundtrack has been redone, revamped. I don't know if it has as much as an oomph as the original soundtrack does, but it sounds correct. And here we go. Oh, wow. I dreamt of blood upon the shore, of eyes that spoke of sin. The lake was smooth and deep and black, as was her scented skin. Little nice clipping there in the beginning.
I bet. Just a minute. It lives, I see. Do you want to speak with Lolita? I'm sorry, but Gabriel's allowed. I mean, he's out. You know, you could do better. I know I don't know you, but you could do better. Bye-bye. Good morning. You look like hell. Did you have another nightmare last night?
Yes, because having nightmares is what I do, apparently. 7th damn night in a row.
I told you, it's that voodoo book you're researching. That stuff can seriously screw with your karma.
Unfortunately, I don't think my readers would go for a horror novel about fluffy bunny rabbits. So voodoo it is.
You mean your reader? She lives in Wisconsin, doesn't she?
Bite me.
Hey, what goes on in your bed stays in your bed as far as I'm concerned. I have messages for you when you want them.
Okay, score bar, that is on the top left there. That is accurate to the original game. Journal. Start. Hides. Inventory bag. Talk guy. Trust. Hand to pick stuff up. Operate. Open. Eye. And active item. Easy enough. So yeah, just that opening dialogue right there is very adequate, up to par with what the original game is, with a couple added lines in there. She never talked about his one reader, and that one reader being from Wisconsin. That's kind of new. But let's look around here.
The box has Gabriel's name on it, written in his grandmother's handwriting. Gabriel's father's old sketchbook sits on the top.
Okay, that narrator in the original game was annoying as hell. She doesn't sound as grating in this version of the game. I may turn her off. Hopefully the option turn her off is on this one as well, but I used to turn her off immediately playing the original game. It's just grating. That little tone plays all the time.
Some other time.
Gabriel can't take that. The books on the table have been chosen for their special appeal. Recent fiction by the biggies. In other words, nothing written by Gabriel.
Don't mind if I do.
Good coffee.
That's new. You never looked at that before. At least from what I remember.
I'm going to take the tweezers for a bit.
Good. You're beginning to look a bit scruffy.
Mind if I borrow the magnifying glass?
No, Sherlock. Just bring it back when we get the next estate shipment.
Now, if I remember correctly, there's a poem, there's a book that Gabriel's grandfather or uncle wrote. I think it was called Drei Drachen. Let's see if that's accurate. They kept it in here.
It's a book about the world of snakes.
Hey, that's interesting. Snakes can sense their prey by vibration.
Did you know that medieval legends about dragons and giant worms are actually based on snakes? You know, dragons, devils, sea monsters. They've always been associated with snakes.
Grace, get alive.
Yes, Kos. Gabriel's ancestors' family are German-based, so this should be it right here. This should be... I guess you can't read it. Ah, okay. Heinz Ritter. Wolfgang Ritter is his uncle, but Ritter is his original family name, so let's see if this is Drei Drachen.
A book of German...
Drei Drachen kriegen in meinen Schlaf. Die Seele wollen sie lebendig zum Fraß. Feurigen Atems, gespaltene Zunge, genießen sie jedes Mal.
That's nice. Kinda creepy, though. Who's the author?
Heinz Ritter. I'm not sure what it says, but I get the feeling this guy was one sick puppy.
Times dated June 18th, 1993. The Aquarius horoscope says, potential storms ahead. Proceed with caution and do not get involved with anything new at this time.
Right.
Let's check the register. I think thought there was money in there, or maybe there's a joke, because Gabriel never sells anything.
Gabriel opens a cash register to examine the take, or in the case of St. George's books, the mistake.
I trust you can live without this old gift certificate.
Knock yourself out. Gabriel, that's all the change I have. Touch it and you can kiss your hand goodbye.
Would I do that to you?
Gabriel doesn't want to take that with.
Life is too short to talk to ugly statues.
You never know it by the women you date.
I don't know how I'm feeling about the new Gabriel Knight, this voice actor, compared to, I may be screwing the original actor up, but Tim Curry, which was, I believe, an Englishman doing a New Orleans Southern Bayou type accent. I liked it. A lot of people always made fun of it, didn't think it was any good, but I loved it. This guy's trying to sound like that, and then trying to do his own little take on it, and I don't know. We'll see how I feel later.
3 snakes in a skull. Gabriel's father painted it.
What a wacky offbeat kind of guy Daddy was.
Now, if I remember correctly, both of Gabriel's parents died in a mysterious
Grace
car
keeps her
accident.
art supplies here.
Take her art
Gabriel
supplies.
wouldn't dare to.
Okay. So let's look. I think I can look at Grace, and he'll say, "Don't mind if I do."
Don't mind if I do.
Do what?
Oh,
nothing. Kept a lot of that the same.
Like I haven't tried. Got a minute, Grace?
What's up?
See if the dialogue is the same. Okay, pretty much the same. In the original game, it was static pictures, and just the mouths of the characters would move in the conversation when you do the original game. So this is a fairly decent update. Almost looks like I'm playing an MMORPG, but whatever. And this is one of those games where you get new keywords, you ask about stuff, so you find yourself repeating stuff or doing certain different dialogue paths to get new keywords in order to advance the game. What can you tell me about voodoo?
What do you know about voodoo?
I didn't know much of anything about it until you started researching it for your book. Now I know that it's active in the city. There's that shop and museum. It can clearly be dangerous in the wrong hands. You should be careful investigating it.
What can you tell me about the voodoo murders?
What do you know about the voodoo murders?
Just what I read in the papers, same as you.
Did you find any good voodoo resources for me?
The best in the city are supposedly the Dixieland Drugstore and the Historical Museum of Voodoo. Both are right here in the French Quarter.
How would I ever manage without you?
You? Give me a break. The devil himself couldn't change you.
Well, if the devil had great legs, perhaps. Like yours.
And a riveting personality, I'm sure. If you need any more research done, just ask. It's not as though we're swamped with customers.
What can you tell me about New Orleans?
I've only been here 2 months, but I love it. It's so much more alive than any place I've been. It feels like anything's possible here.
Do you have messages for me?
Your friend Detective Mosley called. Talkative, isn't he?
Especially with you. What did he want?
He told me to tell you that his mother's maiden name is Humphrey, and that he left some photos for you at the station, at the front desk.
It's about time.
Let me guess. This has to do with the voodoo murders, right? Some kind of inside police information? Did you tell him you'd put him in your new book?
Maybe. A writer has a certain obligation to his readers, you know.
Gabriel, you know you'll never put him in your book. Your main character's a female orthodontist. You're gonna be reincarnated as a pit bull if you keep screwing with your karma.
As long as it's a male pit bull with a really big...
That's enough, thanks.
Do you have messages for me?
You got a call from someone named Wolfgang Ritter. He was calling from Germany. He told me it was urgent. Maybe you should give him a call.
Call Germany? Like hell. If it's really important, he'll call back.
Well, fine. Let's just hope he's not with the German lottery for pitiful American authors.
Now you gotta remember that this is set back in 1993, and long-distance rates weren't what they are now. You can call Germany without mostly an issue and not have to pay an arm and a leg for it. In this case, in 1993, New Orleans, struggling author, struggling bookstore, he's not really able to afford that stuff. That sounds just insane that he wouldn't do that. Just set your back to 1993. Any more messages for me, Grace?
Do you have messages for me?
Your grandmother called.
I keep meaning to get over there. What did she say? Did she sound good?
She sounded great. We had a nice little chat about you.
Grace?
Don't worry, I didn't go into detail about your cardinal sins. Not that anything about you could surprise her. She adores you anyway.
She's my girl.
And she sent over that box on the table for you.
Now, I'll ask 2 more questions to this, but there should be, or at least there was in the original game, a tape recorder comes in for Gabriel, and that's how he records his interviews, and that's how you could go back and listen to things. But apparently, I think that's been replaced by the journal, so it's interesting.
Tell me about yourself, Grace.
What do you want to know?
How come we haven't gone out yet?
I'm still waiting around for that lobotomy. As soon as I get it, I'll let you know, okay?
How do you like working at St. George's Books?
Well, it's not exactly a huge intellectual challenge, although the math in your record books could confuse Einstein. Still, I love old books, and it's a nice way to pay the bills while I explore the city for a summer. If you ever pay me, that is.
What do you do after work?
I either go to my oil painting class or my Tai Chi. You know that.
You can go overboard with this improving yourself stuff. You don't want to alienate us mere mortals.
Oh, I suppose I should just allow my mind and body to atrophy.
Works for me. How old are you?
Old enough to know about men like you.
Just tell me anything at all.
I just got my master's in history and classics. My folks wanted me to go on right away for my PhD, but 18 years of school was enough. I needed a break.
Nothing, I guess. So, what's new, Grace?
Your use of mathematics, for one thing. These books are unbelievable.
What can I say? I refuse to be bound by rules.
The strap marks on your bedpost speak otherwise.
Let's pay a visit to Gabriel's bedroom. Looks as accurate as it did in the original game.
I don't need to, thanks.
or something I can grab from the cabinet.
I'll take this hair gel. You never know when you'll need a touch-up.
Just got reminded of why you need the hair gel later, and the part is hilarious. Anything in the fridge?
Gabriel, shut that refrigerator, please. Oh, I can smell it from here.
Whimmer. I might be able to use this black shirt. I might need a flashlight.
Oh, I forgot, you actually have to know the numbers, I guess?
The dresser holds a meager supply of underwear and 38 pairs of mismatched socks.
It's no use. I can't sleep.
I want you to take hold of your prayer clothes. Better yet, take hold of
threw
your
those
wings,
pages away.
and let's do a miracle.
If Gabriel sat
But
down,
first, I want to talk about doing what's right. Those of you who are out there listening to
typewriter
these radio
is-
waves of comfort, you know what I'm
Can.
talking about.
Writer's block.
Every day, this program reaches out into the darkness and pulls lost souls from the grasp of the devil himself.
Alright, let's go out to New Orleans, shall we?
I'm out of here. Try not to sell out the store while I'm gone.
Uh-huh.
Forgot about this music. Guess we'll
the
start.
Dixieland drugstore is closed until tomorrow morning. Posted on the door of the museum is a sign saying closed. Their hours list that they will open again tomorrow. Those motorcycles belong to the precinct. They're not nearly as cool as Gabriel's bike.
Save my game just in case. Never know if remakes are gonna crash. Go in the inside here.
It's not going to look any better somewhere.
Hey,
Hey,
I think if I click on this move icon, he'll say, "Got a forklift?"
got a forklift?
Yep, that's unchanged.
Got a second, officer?
what can I do you for?
I was supposed to pick up some photos from Detective Mosley at the front desk.
Is that right? And who are you?
My name is Knight. Gabriel Knight.
Yeah, I got something for you, all right. As soon as you're done talking, I'll give it to you.
I'm here to see Detective Mosley.
He's out at a crime scene. Sorry.
Where's the crime scene? Is it related to the voodoo murders?
Crime scene information is police confidential. We don't need any more looky-loos than are probably already there.
Tell me about yourself.
Who, me? I'm the desk sergeant, Frick. Why?
Frick?
That's right. You got a problem with that?
Not at all. Hey, nice precinct.
Think so, huh? That's peachy. That means more to me than you could know.
What can you tell me about Narlands?
I'll tell you, I'm glad as hell it's not Mardi Gras. If it weren't for that 1 month a year, being a cop in Narlands would be a real pleasure. As it is, I'd rather stick behind this desk.
What can you tell me about the voodoo murders?
I'm not allowed to give out information on police cases.
What do you know about voodoo?
Me? Nothing. I'm a Catholic boy. Here's that envelope for you, Gabriel Knight.
Thanks.
The envelope from Mosley is a plain manila one. Gabriel opens them at 2 photographs. The photograph of Mosley was apparently taken upon his graduation from the police academy. He had hair then. One of the photos from Mosley is an official voodoo murders crime scene.
Looks painful.
Gabriel looks fondly at images haunt the pages of Philip Knight's sketchbook, the way they must have haunted his mind. The images touch a deep chord in Gabriel. So familiar are they that he finds it hard to believe they aren't from his own subconscious.
No one goes back there until I say so, mister.
Oh, sorry.
She probably wouldn't cooperate.
But I wouldn't mind trying. She's not bad.
Gabriel can't do that for...
I forgot
There's no reason.
what you need to do to get rid of him. Something in the alleyway? I don't remember having to do this.
If Gabriel wants to talk...
That window leads... You've already...
It's another
Back to the map.
The sign says the Overlook's closed for repairs until June 21st. Good day, officer.
Yeah, you too. Keep moving.
Could I ask you...
Not now, buddy. I'm busy.
I should have noticed that. Yeah, right.
Homicide team, please attending. We're gonna need an ambulance.
You white-faced geek! You want to eat my
Mind
fist?
if I use your radio?
What, are you nuts? Forget it.
Touchy.
Coroner requests assistance to...
Hey there, nice beat. I dig it.
The drummer does not respond.
Coroner requests assistance to...
The band isn't paying.
Coroner requests assistance to...
You white-faced geek, you want to eat my fist?
He's not my type. He's not my...
Since Gabriel can't...
I would if I had enough time to do it properly.
Now I need to
You
remember
white-faced geek, you want to eat my fist?
what you have to do to, You know what? I think you have to get the mime to come over to the cop.
Coroner requests assistance to...
Then he pisses the cop off. And then you get the location to the murder scene, if I remember correctly. Just gotta remember how to get them up. You gotta watch out for this guy. Yep. Come with me, Mr. Mime. Ah, you bastard. Come here.
Well, I never! Leave me alone, you man!
There we go. Come on. It's like a crappy obstacle course. Come on, come on, come on. Come to the cop. Come to the cop. That's right. That's right. Yep.
Hey, cut that out. I told you to stop that. All right, mister, you want some of this? Why, you little...
Now we can listen to the radio.
Gabriel picks up the headset and listens.
Ambulance 91, have you located the crime scene? They've radioed for you 3 times. Did you say it was north of the Lake Retreat Country Club? South, Lakeside Drive, north of the Piedmont Pier, south of the Country Club. Man, I don't know if it's the clouds out here today or what. Good thing this guy's already dead. Everyone's having trouble. Must have been hallucinogens in the coffee this morning. It's just so misty out here or something. Hey, I see a squad car. I got a molly. Thank God. Have a good one, 91.
Interesting.
Hey, you, get away from that bike.
Sorry.
Okay. Molly sounded like a guy there. Back to the French Quarter, Lake Pontchartrain.
Hey, Mostly.
Huh? Knight, you wiener, I told you not to call me that.
Feeling jumpy?
Who, me? Don't be stupid. How'd you find me?
Oh, I was just driving by.
Uh-huh. Well, I guess I can let you see it. For the book, but don't tell anyone, huh? Definitely another voodoo murder. Same MO and no freaking clues. We're still waiting on an ID for the body.
Oh, that's disgusting. Isn't this a rather public area for this kind of thing?
Yeah, they're freaking ghosts, these guys. Lakeshore Drive isn't exactly the 10 expressway, but it is open to the public. No reports of nothing. Now, who the hell is that?
Malia Getty.
Good day, Miss Getty.
What's going on, officer?
Detective Mosley, ma'am. We got a little problem here, but nothing for you to be concerned about.
I see. Thank you, Detective. And good day, gentlemen.
I'm in love.
Forget it. That's Malia Getty. She's about as far out of your reach as the moon. Probably on her way to meet some guy with a yacht right now.
Near here?
The lake's a popular place for country clubs.
If she's out here a lot, maybe she saw something or heard something.
Nah, nobody ever sees or hears nothing. I told you. Besides, you just don't go around bothering people like her.
We've about wrapped it up, sir.
Well, let's get the meat wagon moving then. Stick around and take notes for the book if you want. Watch out for the muck and the water moccasins, though. If you want to talk, I'll be at the station tomorrow.
Thanks. Let me try to copy this down.
There's a pattern to the lines in the sand, but only one small area is clearly defined.
Ugh, that's a lot of blood. No, I've got no way to take that with me, and I don't want to.
The marks are actually deep indentations in a regular mesh pattern. The marks are...
This is new. I don't think you actually looked through stuff like this in the original game. Terrible if I found a used condom or something, though.
Looks like there was something here. I'll take some of this clay with me.
Lake Pontchartrain is scenic, but you really wouldn't want to swim in it. The banks of Lake Gabriel is on the sand and clay shores of Lake Pont. Lakeshore Drive runs around the end.
Let's go see the detective.
Can I bother you again, officer?
What is it this time?
I'm here to see Detective Mosley.
He left for the day. Sorry.
Hello, beautiful. It's me.
The excitement of seeing you is killing me.
Got a minute, Gray?
What's up?
Could you do some research for me?
Sure, what?
Could you see what you can find out about a woman named Malia Getty?
The name Getty sounds familiar. What's your interest in her?
Oh, just, you know, stuff about the voodoo murders. If you can get an address.
The murders, right. I'll see what I can find out. Anything else?
I can't think of anything. I'm out of here.
Uh-huh.
Let's go back to Jackson Square for the hell of it. Don't think there's anything new, but just in case. Lime's back. Let's go to the cathedral.
Gabriel might need the goodwill. The Chancellor of St. Louis. Someone is in that. Someone is in. Curtain confession. Posted on the door of the museum is a sign saying, "The Dixieland." The desk sergeant. In other words,
Got a forklift? Can I bother you?
What it?
Come on.
Look, I know the...
So this
Hey, I didn't say...
kind of quiet.
Summer's like that.
How?
It's...
Don't think there's any items or anything I use on him.
Does this mean anything to you?
Hey, where'd you get that?
Nowhere.
Well, you shouldn't have that. Put it away before I decide to keep it.
Yes, sir.
What am I missing?
The sign says the Overlook.
Let's go back to the lake, make sure I didn't miss anything.
the marks are actually... The mark...
That's everything I can think of from that perspective.
The crime scene tape might get an interesting reaction from...
I knew you'd miss me, so I came back.
Really?
Maybe I should talk to her. I'll show her this.
You want to see something really cool?
Oh, that's disgusting. That's really horrible.
I know, great, isn't it?
God, somebody ought to lock you up.
Got a minute, Grace?
What's up?
Do you?
Dana called and Susie left a message about a lawsuit.
Toss 'em.
Okie dokie. Well, that's all the messages for now.
Done anything?
By your...
What do you...
What do you want to know?
It's no use.
Trying to remember. I'm gonna take a quick break anyway. I'll be right back. Alright folks, we are back. Hey folks, welcome back. We are playing Gabriel Knight Sins of the Fathers, the 20th Anniversary Edition. Right now I'm trying to finish up the first day here of this game, and having a hard time remembering.
Leave my code alone, Gabriel.
Exactly how to finish it, so let's go take another look out. See what I missed.
I'll be back later.
Have fun.
The Dixieland drugstore. Posted on the door.
No, 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 no.
Could I ask you?
Not now, buddy.
I should have known. Yeah, right. I don't need any flowers. They'd probably...
Gabriel can't bend the box.
You white-faced geek, you want to eat my fist?
Rows of pews. If Gabriel...
That window... I should add Mosley to the hat.
You know, I wonder if I should have used the magnifying glass out. Let's go back to the scene of the crime.
There's nothing worth... The marks are act... There's no... There's no... There's nothing... There's a pattern to the line. the partial pattern from the... Gabriel...
Looks like we can use hints. Okay, we did all that. Oh, here's some differences of how the game looks comparatively. That's how it looked back then. Okay, there may be clues you can't see with the naked eye. I need to use the magnifying on that. Okay, let's see.
There's nothing worth...
Looks like there was something.
Oh, wait a minute. I didn't see that
It
before.
looks like a scale of some sort. The scale is too delicate to...
Gotta use the tweezers.
Gabriel carefully uses the tweezers to take the small, iridescent scale.
I think it's a snake scale, but it beats the hell out of me what kind.
Barely remember having to do that in the original game, but it has been a long time. And that's one of those things, it's a pixel hunt. But god, did I miss that detail when I was looking at it before? I guess I did.
Gabriel is careful. It's getting late. Gabriel decides to go home for the day.
A mask I wore as I approached. I was what I am not. And though the pattern was unclear, its meaning could be bought.
Good morning. Don't you look swell today? Actually, swollen. So have some. There's a fresh pot on the table. Seriously, you look like hell. Your hair is sticking straight up like a... Oh, it always does that. Never mind.
Ha ha.
Did you dream about the fire and the hanged guy and that lion thing last night?
Leopard, not lion. Did you get anything on Malia Getty?
Well, I did get her address, but you're a little out of your league here, big fella. The Gettys own 3 local hospitals, just to name a few of their assets. They run in very high circles.
Did you get an address?
I got the address. I suppose this has nothing to do with the fact that Malia Getty is incredibly gorgeous. I should have known you wouldn't go for a rich, ugly socialite.
And that address is?
Hey, far be it from me to postpone your total humiliation. It's 557 West Ingram. That's the Garden District. Estate City.
That's all I wanted to know. And yes, my dear, Malia Getty is the most dangerous-looking diversion I have ever seen. Ouch.
Ugh, men.
Got a minute, Grace?
What's up?
Do you have messages for me?
I've given everything to you.
Do you know anything about snakes?
Doing a family tree, Gabriel?
Very funny. I mean real snakes, you know, scaly, cold-blooded. I would have thought you'd find them empathetic.
Mm-hmm. I know very little about reptiles of any kind, and prefer to keep it that way. I think there's a book on snakes around here somewhere, though.
Okay, thanks.
Already got that detail, so that's not gonna help.
See you later.
See ya.
Let's see if the detective is in.
Can I bother you with...
What is it?
I'm here to see...
He's in his office. Go on back.
That's right, now I can harass her.
Excuse me, officer.
Yes?
Could you get me some coffee?
Are you speaking to me?
Why, yes.
Wow, Deja, leave it to Beaver. I'm the police photographer, sir. You might be able to find someone around here dumb enough to get coffee for you, but it won't be me.
Oh, thanks anyway.
I can give you precise instructions for the handling of hot liquids if you need them.
No thanks. So, what's it like being a policewoman?
The glamour never ceases.
You know, that uniform looks great on you.
Uh-huh. Is that a compliment, or are you asking to borrow my dress?
It's a compliment.
Well, you just never know around here. Thanks, but I'm married.
Oh.
Fine.
The camera isn't...
Detective Mosley. Hard at work, I see.
Yeah. What is it, you wanker? Dang air conditioning must be on the blink.
Can I ask you about some stuff?
You're the writer. Ask away.
Do you know anything about the patterns around the bodies?
Yeah, weird, huh? All 7 victims had those marks around them. We've got all the marks on file, but we haven't figured out what, if anything, they mean.
Can I see the other 6 patterns?
Sure. People like that kind of stuff, don't they? Might make the book seem more mysterious. Go talk to Officer Franks. Tell her I said you could see the file.
What can you tell me about voodoo?
There's voodoo that goes on in this city, sure. I looked into it a bit at the beginning of this case, but the voodoo stuff found at the crime scenes is all faked. It doesn't have anything to do with the real stuff. I know. I asked some experts. It's intimidation tactics, that's all.
It's interesting, Mark Hamill actually played Detective Mosley originally.
What do you know about the voodoo murders?
Lots. Can you be more specific?
Do you know anything about the killers?
At least 20 people attend the killings. We know this from the variety of footprints found at the scenes.
Footprints? Aren't those as good as fingerprints?
Can be, but we'd have to have a suspect in custody first. And the suspect would have to match one of the few distinct prints we have. Most of the footprints are smudged, trodden over, unreadable. These guys are so casual in their expertise, it's maddening. Like they know we'll never find them.
What kind of evidence have you found?
No fingerprints, a few bare footprints. Found a few fibers, but not many. The weirdest one was leopard fur.
Leopard fur. How many murders have there been so far?
7 murders have so far been linked to the voodoo murders case. The first murder occurred about 8 weeks ago. The MO is the same in each murder. Lake Pontchartrain was the 7th.
Describe the crime scenes.
Well, there's the corpse itself, minus the heart. Around where the body was killed, we find marks and flour and blood. There are traces of wax from candles, red and black. Ordinary wax candles, so the lab reports. Also blood and feathers of chickens and goat's blood. And plenty of the victim's own, of course.
What's the coroner say?
The victim's heart is always ripped out of the chest and missing. We haven't located a single one of them.
Lovely. Any idea what they do with them?
Don't even want to know. Also, the coroner says some of the victims had heart attacks before the incision. Literally scared to death. The knife wounds are consistent with a long, narrow, wavy-edged knife. Probably a ritualistic dagger.
Any witnesses?
Nope. There's never been a single witness. No one's even heard a disturbance. It's damned weird. Like they just don't want people to see, and so nobody sees nothing.
Know anything about the victims?
The victims are all out-of-towners. We still don't know why.
Oh, nothing. Never mind.
Sure, no problem. Okay, anything else?
What can you tell me about New Orleans?
You and me grew up here together. You tell me. It's a pretty nice place, even seeing the stuff I see, you know. The Carter's getting a bit too wild, though. Getting hard to control. Not quite what it was when you and me used to hang here, but hell, I've never known anything else.
Do you know anything about snakes?
The only thing I know about snakes is that I don't like them.
Tell me about yourself.
For the book?
Sure, why not?
Okay. What do you want to know?
How do you like working on the police force?
Are you kidding? You know I love being a cop. And New Orleans, it's the best place in the world to be one.
What are your plans for the future?
Well, you know, I don't like to count my chickens before they're hatched, but I don't see why I can't be the chief of police of New Orleans someday. I already know the mayor, and my track record is one of the best in the department.
I'm sure it's just a matter of moments, mostly.
Yeah, you'll see.
Got any hobbies?
Yeah, making your life miserable.
I'm serious. Don't you shoot or chew or something like that?
No, I'm a freaking ballet dancer. Jeez. Yeah, I was #1 at the Louisiana State Fair Marksman Contest. I play trumpet, too. You know, put your lips together and blow.
How's your home life?
Oh, real funny night. Why don't you just bring in some freaking salt? You know Annie left me. My home life is shit.
Right. Sorry about that. Just tell me anything at all.
Remember how we used to play monkey in the middle? Man, we used to piss off our senior year teacher. What was her name? Oh, Miss McKelly. You'd act like you were gonna toss her an eraser or something, and then you'd throw it to me over her head. And we used to do it at your grand's, too. Like with the remote when she wanted to watch her soaps.
Yep, and it was a great way to pick up women in the library. Ah, those were the days. Oh.
Sure, nope. Okay.
How about getting me some coffee?
Coffee? You want coffee?
Should that surprise you?
Nah, you've always been a caffeine addict. It's just that what we got here hardly qualifies.
So I'm desperate.
It's your stomach. I'll get you some when we're done talking.
That long?
All right, I'll go now. Don't touch anything while I'm gone.
Oh, I won't. I'll, just borrow this badge.
I think I'll just borrow this badge.
Hey, what are you doing with my coat?
Oh, nothing.
I thought I saw something crawling on it.
Just drink this.
Thanks, tons. I mean it.
Okay, anything else?
I got those photographs you left for me.
Really? Great. What'd you think?
Astonishingly lifelike.
Yeah, that's what I thought. You got any more ideas for photos for the book?
A cop-author photo might be nice.
You and me? Together?
Why not? Of course, you'll have to try to tone down your masculinity.
Well, okay. I'll call the police photographer. Franks, come in here a minute, would you? And bring your camera. I hate to put my coat on. It's so damn hot in here. But a picture's a picture.
What did you need, Detective Mosley?
We need a picture, please. And make it a good one, eh, sweetheart?
Sure, sweetheart.
Say chintzy.
Was there anything else, Knight?
Hold on a sec while I go check my hair.
Good God, Knight. Make it fast.
There's nothing of it.
I'll just make a...
There's...
I gotta make copies of those
Would
drawings.
you just get in here?
But I gotta get them from her first.
Hurry up, would you?
Okay.
Thanks, hon. Let me know when you get them developed.
Yeah, sure.
Nope.
Great. Thanks, Franks.
You're stuck.
Don't call me that in front of the... Thank God I can take this thing off again. Damn, it's hot. Okay.
I'm gonna hit the road.
Ciao, baby.
Okay, gotta talk to her. Get the files.
Excuse me, officer.
Yes?
Can you get a file for me?
What file would that be?
The Voodoo Murders file. Detective Mosley said I could see it.
Really? Well, if you said so. There it is. You can look at it all you want, but don't leave this area with it, okay? And no photocopies either, I'm afraid.
Of course. I understand completely.
Gabriel opens and reads the police file.
Okay, so now go back in.
Don't leave the room with that file, please.
I'm gonna put it in the inbox.
I'm done.
Yeah, thanks.
Go back in.
Detective Mosley.
Yeah. Dang air conditioning.
Can I ask you?
You're the right.
Photograph.
I got those photographs.
So.
Let's.
What
I don't
for?
think.
Franks, come back in here with that camera. I hate to put my coat on. It's so damn hot in here. But a picture's a picture.
Now what, sir?
This clown wants another picture. You don't mind, do you?
Of course not. What else could I possibly have to do? Ready?
Anything else, Knight?
Hold on a sec.
Good God, Knight.
Check my hair. Just grab this real quick. Now I can make my photocopies.
Just wanna check this machine here.
Would you just get in here? Hurry up, would ya?
Okay, ready.
Thanks, hun. Let me know when you get him.
Yeah, sure.
Anything else?
How about one of me and Officer Franks?
Gee, I don't know. Franks? Just kidding, Franks. You want to get me fired for sexual harassment night?
Well...
Yeah, ha. Now is there anything else, or can I let this lady go back to her desk?
Nope.
Good.
Uh-huh.
Thank God I can take this thing off again. Damn, it's hot. Okay, Anything else?
What's the status?
It's going. I can't seem to make any progress, though. Sluggish damn case. It's weird.
Trying for a real estate job with that coat?
No? Are you trying out for a janitorial job with that hair?
I'll let you get back to it.
Later, Knight.
This is where the term caprice en cours should come up. Which means a goat without horns.
Bonjour, Monsieur Walker.
Bienvenue, Madame Casano. Comment ça va? How you be feeling today?
Well, I'll tell you, Mr. Walker. I'm certain someone's buried a sleep knot bag somewhere near my steps. I haven't slept a wink, not in weeks.
Now don't that beat all. I'll need some easy night candles then, huh?
Do you think that would help? I do hope you're right. I said 3 rosaries this morning for Our Lady's intervention.
Rosary good, sure enough, but you burn them candles too, boy, you gonna whip any no-sleep gree-gree, I tell you for sure.
Very well, Mr. Walker. Put them on my account and send them around to my house. Oh, and there's another thing. I didn't catch her at it, but I know Mrs. Lefebvre put stomachache powder in my tea at the last meeting of the Creole Grand Dame. I've been in misery.
Now you put 9 pinheads up in a little box. Add a pinch of graveyard dust. Put it up under her front post step. That'll turn the trick back on Miss Lefebvre, and she be the one with the bellyache. I got the pins of dust right here if you want them.
If the Blessed Virgin will grant me her protection, I'll be safe from these practitioners of evil.
Oui, madame. Though, don't hurt to be proactive neither now, does it?
Naturellement, monsieur. Merci beaucoup.
Mais non, madame. It's nothing. Au revoir.
Au revoir, Monsieur Walker.
I'll need to buy that mask later.
To get the mask, Gabriel would have to buy it. The shelf holds... The sign says, Special St. John's Eve Lagnia. Free bottle of Lover Come Back to Me oil, or Master Gambling oil with every purchase over $50.
Lagniappe. My French is lousy, but everyone in New Orleans knows what that means. A little something extra. Hi there. Is this your store?
This is the Dixieland drugstore. And I own it. Me. Name's Walker. Willie Walker.
Can you tell me what you know about voodoo?
This is a novelty shop, monsieur.
Do you think I'm stupid? This is a voodoo shop. Look at all this stuff.
These is novelties, curiosities. If people want to think they magic, it's not my concern, you know?
What do you know about the voodoo murders?
Caprice encore.
What did you say?
Nothing. Them killings have nothing to do with my shop, monsieur.
What do you think of New Orleans?
I live here all my life, me.
What can you tell me about St. John's Eve?
It's the biggest night of the year in voodoo.
What goes on exactly?
I couldn't say.
Do you know anything about animal masks?
The only one left is Willie Jr. over there, the old crocodile. He's sort of a mascot now, him.
Do you know anything about snakes?
What kind of snakes?
The kind they use in voodoo?
Pythons, boas, so I've heard.
Really? Do you have one?
Are you crazy? What would I want with a python?
What did you mean when you said Caprice encore?
I didn't say that.
You did. I heard you say it.
You heard wrong, monsieur. I said no such thing.
That customer of yours, the little old lady.
Customer?
The woman I saw in here, Madame Casino, you called her.
I don't talk about my customers to men who come in off the street.
Tell me about yourself.
My name's Willie Walker. I own the place.
How did you get into this kind of business?
Now, why should I discuss my business with you, man?
About Willie Jr. Would you be willing to let him go?
Maybe. For $100.
$100? You gotta be kidding.
Me and Willie Jr. are very close now. I couldn't part with him for less.
So?
Voodoo? No.
What about all these
Read the label, man. We make no claims. Sold as curio only. It mean what it say, no?
Welcome, my friend. Hello. I am the proprietor, Dr. John. If you have any questions, I will be happy to assist.
Great. My name is Knight, and I'll probably take you up on that.
The Voodoo Shrine is filled with items that both fascinate Gabriel and also make his skin crawl.
A waste of some perfectly good wine, if you ask me. This coffin is so small.
Gabriel can't see a way.
Writing looks familiar there.
Gabriel can't see a way to use that.
Yep.
Will that look sacrilegious? Magenta Moonbeam. Voodoo Inn. Wonder who that poor bastard was. They lend a certain psychology.
A leather whip hangs.
Oh, hurt me.
There's a beaten-up old fan in the window. It's silent at the moment. That must be Marie Laveau. An official voodoo wishing stump. Rub it and make a wish, a card says.
Funny, I say the same thing to women. I wish Malia Getty were mine forever. Really, I mean it.
What was that?
Oh, nothing.
An authentic-looking pole marks the center of the room. Authentic what? Gabriel isn't sure. A very large, very formidable-looking snake is secured in a plexiglass cage.
This switch has some importance later on to it. I won't spoil it for those who don't know.
Turn that thing off.
Oh, sorry.
We have air conditioning, you see.
Yeah, I see.
The snake is too... The snake is...
The python is quite dangerous. I would stay back if I were you.
Thanks for the advice.
Given the man's size...
Could I ask you a few questions?
That is why I am here.
What can you tell me about voodoo?
Historical voodoo, or the voodoo currently practiced in the city.
If I remember correctly, this is where he brings up hoodoo, which is a bastard of voodoo.
Tell me about current voodoo.
Many people think of voodoo in terms of magic spells or gree-gree. That kind of practice is actually called hoodoo and is only a part of true voodoo. Voodoo, the religion, has a strong following in New Orleans. In fact, it is growing quite rapidly. There are several voodoo churches or temples in the city, and others all across the United States. African Americans see it as a tradition all their own. Whites, and there are many in the religion, are attracted to it because they think it is exotic. I personally am more interested in the history of voodoo. Some of the new movements are copying Haitian or even African voodoo. But it is the voodoo of New Orleans that I find so intriguing.
What exactly is hoodoo?
Hoodoo refers to magic folk traditions of the South. Hoodoo is a bastard of voodoo. Many of the gree-gree are similar, but hoodoo does not have the religious aspects of voodoo.
Tell me about historical voodoo.
Very well. I will start at the beginning, Mr. Knight, and will go on from there at your prompting.
Sounds good.
As you may know, voodoo is a grassroots religion, formed by the mixing together of many different African tribal religions and Anglo religions, such as Catholicism or Protestantism. In other words, it is a religion born of the African slave trade. But African slaves were imported not only by the United States, but also into the West Indies, where the French and Spanish ran plantation islands. Prior to 1803, the New Orleans area was owned by France. The French Creole in those days owned many African slaves. But the Creole did not permit their slaves to gather, giving no chance for voodoo to breed here natively. The Creole also knew enough about the corrupted pagan practices of the West Indies slaves to ban the importings of slaves from that region.
Do you know what caprice and call means?
I fear my French is not all it should be, Mr. Knight.
What do you know about the voodoo murders?
The killings in the newspaper. I know they have nothing to do with true voodoo in New Orleans.
What do you think of New Orleans?
It is the only city in the United States, as far as I am concerned.
What can you tell me about St. John's Eve?
It is one of the important ceremonial nights in voodoo.
Do you know anything about snakes?
Ah, you have perhaps noticed the museum snake, Mr. Knight? They are beautiful creatures. Do you not agree? And the tourists seem to associate them with voodoo.
Do you know anything about animal masks?
I used to have some antique African totem masks, but they were on the point of disintegration, so I removed them.
So how...
After the...
Do these marks look familiar?
They look like the scribbling of a child to me.
Okay, thanks. Does this mean anything to you?
I cannot say that it does.
Perhaps Gabriel should learn more about the scale before showing it to anyone.
Could you look at this and tell me if you recognize anything about the ritual?
This is truly offensive. This is from one of those recent killings, is it not?
Well, actually...
But the police already know that this so-called voodoo ritual is fake. Voodoo is a respectable religion. This kind of thing has nothing to do with voodoo in this city.
Fine, let's say that's true. Are you sure there's nothing about the items in this photo?
There is nothing about this sickness that I would identify as voodoo. Nothing.
Thanks for looking, then.
I think that's really everything I wanted him to look at, so...
I'll be going.
Come back in.
We hit that, we hit that. That's good. Let's see if we can go into the cathedral. Make a couple confessions.
Someone is in that. Someone is...
Oh, man. PD's good. Don't need to go there.
The sign says the Overlook's...
Don't need that thing. Let's go to the Getty residence. Man, we should probably save. It's been a while since I saved. That would not be good.